Hi, it's Quinn with PTSD While Black, and today I'm really focusing on this issue of honesty. And so I was reading from the Essanon book that I had today, um, this quote about honesty, or this person's reflection on honesty. She says, "Honesty, or capital HONESTY. Are there two types of honesty? For me, there seem to be. First is the ego boosting kind, where I look like such an honest person. For example, I may have returned something given to me by mistake or corrected a clerk who gave me too much change. This type of honesty is important, but compared to the second type, it's easy because I will usually get a lot of approval and others are so pleased. Honesty of the second type is much harder for me because I must own a wrong I have done or a character defect. Honesty brings me to my knees with humility. In the Fellowship of Essanon, I have been finding the love and support to work on this more difficult yet rewarding form of honesty. It is like a breath of fresh air, as the weight and pain of dishonest secrets are acknowledged. With the first type of honesty, I can be relatively sure that others will respond in a positive fashion. Since one of my character defects is to try to control things, this honesty is easier for me. It seems risky when I venture out with the second type of honesty. Others could respond by rejecting me or by being hurt or angry, emotions I prefer to avoid in my life as I try to protect myself. Thanks to the trust I am developing with my fellow Isanon members, I am being more honest and finding warmth and loving acceptance. What a wonderful gift. I continue to be grateful for what I have been given. And there's a lot of good things here because I was looking at um, fourth step things in different 12-step programs. The fourth step is where we make a fearless and moral inventory of ourselves and our behaviors, the things that we've done. And like I've collected a bunch of 12-step fellowship books. Um, but like for me, when I did my own step work, there was my fourth step, my biggest defect of character was dishonesty and self-seeking, which the writer here, she talks about that. I'm being honest in order to get you to like me. That's self-seeking. But I'm being dishonest about what really matters to me, what is really my truth. And I fear that you might not like me, you might not want to be around me, you might not feel comfortable with me because I think this way or I feel this way. And the other thing that's jumped out to me for this paragraph was talking about others may reject me by being hurt or angry. And I'm learning that as I allow myself to experience these difficult feelings of hurt, anger, fear, shame, guilt, as I allow myself to feel those feelings, I'm less concerned about how other people are going to take things. I still struggle with it. Um, but I'm finding the more that I at least am able to identify these feelings within myself, I give myself permission to feel these feelings. I can forgive myself for the things that I've done that caused me to feel these feelings. I can not forgive myself for the feelings because the feelings just are, they just exist. But forgiving myself for my actions that I've done or inactions that I've taken. I haven't said what I needed to say. And I still have a lot of growth to do in this area, and my relationships are really struggling because people have been used to me being quiet and going along with whatever it is that they think, need, or feel, and for me to be a blank slate as if I have no feelings, as if I have no needs, as if I have no experiences. And now I'm coming into my own. I'm coming into my own body, my own thoughts, my own feelings, and shit means something to me. And I'm starting to get honest with people where I've been extremely dishonest. And sometimes they don't know how to take it. Sometimes I even just say things like, you know what, I can't participate in this with you right now, and I need to step away. Um, and that can be difficult for people who are used to me just staying in the fight with them, and that they were going to get to have that type of the same dynamic, the same relationship, the same type of control. And here I am stepping out of it going, I can't do this with you. I can't do this anymore. I'm having to get honest about what stuff means to me. But at the same time, I think that's my biggest fear, is a fear of losing love, the fear of losing approval if I am honest. If I'm honest about what something really means to me. If I'm honest about that your behavior threatens my life. Your behavior threatens my financial security. So what I'm learning most importantly for me is to acknowledge that I feel uncomfortable, first of all, and that there's some behavior that is threatening something for me. I have to admit it to myself. The honesty to Quinn is huge, not being in denial. I have to admit it to myself first. Um, and then when I do that, then I can address the other person. But until I admit something to me, that this means something, that I don't feel safe with this approach, or I'm not comfortable with what's going on here, um, I'm trying to affect a change in somebody else that I cannot possibly create. But I can um, learn boundaries for myself. I'm looking at this picture up above me from one of my therapists about the structures of my how my house for myself. The basement is my internal truths, and then I'm able to verbalize those truths to other people. So yeah, that's just like a very interesting thought. And I'm finding, like, in many areas where I'm able to just tell the truth. I'm telling the truth to my physical therapist, like, hey, this approach is not great for me. Can we try something else? Um, and or being able to say, Quinn, you're feeling sore. How about you move a different way, or that you need to stretch, or you need to pause, but it doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean give up. So I'm glad that I'm being able to communicate this more, but I struggle so hard, and I'm praying that this will adjust and change in the future. But I struggle so hard with people who are in my immediate household, or my family, with telling them the truth. Those are the harder ones. And I'm kind of having to allow myself to recognize that I might lose approval. I might lose love if I tell the truth, but I'd rather be myself and know who I am, versus trying to be something for someone else and never having any real identity for Quinn. So, yeah, that's where I am today. Talk to you next time. Have a great day. Peace.